This is a really neat piece. This is a Neft safety knife. These were designed by Max Neft. They came out back in 1920. They were made from 1920 to 1922 by the Valley Forge Cutlery Company. And you can see it's got some weird stuff going on. It opens up like a clamshell with a spring-loaded mechanism by pulling back on the shield here. And then the blade swings out into the open position and then locks. You have a rigid knife that is ready for business. Really, really wild design for the time. It's really crazy to think this came out over 100 years ago. Really, really high-grade steel, they said, with a very fine temper, which is obvious because somebody blew out the edge, getting a little aggressive, whittling a stick, and it just blew that chunk out without any deformation. So it's definitely a very hard steel for the time. These were the whopping price of $5 a piece back in 1920, which may have contributed to why they didn't sell quite so well. You can pick up a very nice knife for under $1. But, you know, these have a lot going for them. They have no sharp spine on the tang to tear up your pocket, and a very secure locking mechanism, with it being completely encased once it's open and locked. And then, you know, this might have been one of the earliest one-hand knives. Really, really slick one-hand opening. Technically a gravity knife, so one of the very early gravity knife designs. Nice generous bail there on the back. Put whatever sort of lanyard you want. This would be great in a back pocket, just tucked next to your wallet. Just drop it in there, have a lanyard on there so you can pull it out when you need it. These were originally designed to be able to have the blade changed out and to offer different styles of blades. There was supposedly some sort of a wrench that came with them so you could undo that pivot and swap the blade out. And what I wouldn't give to find a 6-pack of those old blades, be able to clean this up. This one is actually, aside from that chip, in amazing condition. Usually that blade etch is very hard to see. You can see improved hunter with a little puppy dog in the center there, and then Neft across the top. There's I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera. Nope, it's on the other half. There we are. There's a nice, there we go, beating up the camera. There's a nice stamp right there in the inside of that handle. Stop it. All right, there we go. Neft Safety Knife with no K, so it balances out. With a patent number. Nice, real crisp stamping of the actual knife design in there. Very early use of the word naff. Zoom back out. Hey. There we go. So yeah, I'm really stoked to have one of these in the collection. This definitely fits into the like the funny tri-fold category. Kind of similar to a Paragon Warlock, actually, in the gravity knife aspect. There's not many other knives that have the blade fully encased with when it's closed, and then open up and swing the blade out, and then fully encase the tang again. That one, of course, splits, and the handle has to stay parallel, whereas this one is technically more of a clamshell. But that's actually probably one of the most similar modern folders that I can think of, actually. So yeah, there you go. That is a look at the The Neft Improved Hunter Neft Safety Knife. Really, really wild piece. Really neat piece for the collection. I'm stoked I was able to snag one of these. I got a good deal on this one. I scored this for $200, which, all things considered, is not a bad price for how great a shape it is. There's some really minor chipping on that handle scale. These are like a hard rubber, which is surprising that these have held up, actually. There's no gumminess or tackiness or anything. A lot of these old plastics get weird over the years, but these have held up really well. So yeah, I scored this for like 200. You're probably going to pay in that range or a bit more, $200-300 maybe. But this is the first time I've ever seen one come up for sale, and I jumped on it. So if you see one and you want one, probably better to just snatch it up before you, instead of waiting for a better deal. So there you go.